The film Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was the big winner at last night's 95th Academy Awards, winning 7 statues, including one for Best Movie. And actress Michelle Yeoh made history, taking the Oscar for Actress in a Leading Role.
For all the little boys and girls who look like me watching tonight, this is a beacon of hope and possibilities. This is proof that dreams dream big and dreams do come true.
She is the first Asian woman to win that category. So here to help recap all the great moments from the Oscars is our friend Erik Davis, movie aficionado and managing editor at Fandango. Erik, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning.
So it was, we stayed up way too late watching this, but a celebratory night for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Going in, it really was the front runner for so many categories, winning, of course, Best Picture. Anything surprise you with the wins that it received?
You know, what was surprising was just that it won 7 awards, which I thought was great. This is the first sci-fi film to ever win Best Picture. And also just how many top awards it won. You know, A24, the production company, was responsible for picture, director, supporting actors, the best actor, best actress. So that's the first time a production company has ever won all of those top awards. But really lovely to see Key especially and Michelle win those awards. And even Jamie Lee Curtis, who thanked her parents, I thought was really sweet.
Yeah, I mean, that didn't come as any surprise. I think everybody was expecting that to happen for sure, right?
Yeah, well, Jamie Lee, not so much. Best Supporting Actress was really up for grabs.
Yeah.
Angela Bassett was a front runner for a while. Kerry Condon from Banshees of Inisherin was also a front runner. So Jamie Lee really sliding in there, I think, was probably one of the bigger surprises of the
What did
night.
you think of that speech?
It was great. You know, I thought it was really, really great. I loved the moment when she thanks her parents, both of her parents, Tony Curtis, Janet Leigh, nominated for Oscars, never won an Oscar. So I think for her in that moment to have won that Oscar kind of was like larger than life, representing her family history, Hollywood history. So I thought that was really beautiful.
Yeah, and she gave so many great speeches along the way. Other award shows talking about how really people might think of nepotism with her, but that she kind of went a different path than what her parents were, because she went into that genre, you know, of horror. Anyway, actor in a leading role. Let's talk about this. Brendan Fraser. Hollywood loves a comeback story. They love a comeback story.
Yeah, and I got this one wrong. Like, I was all in on Austin Butler. I thought Austin was winning for Elvis, and it was really a toss-up between him and Brendan Fraser all season. Each of them winning big awards leading into the Oscars, but Brendan Fraser taking it. I really love the joke about Encino Man that Jimmy Kimmel made. Now, 2 Oscar winners from Encino Man, and Pauly Shore is feeling a little sore this morning. But beautiful speech from Brendan Fraser. Another one like Jamie Lee Curtis, making really emotional speeches.
Yeah, I know that Dan wanted to talk about one of the wins that you had a personal connection with.
I wanted to talk to this actor from Irish Goodbye, a short film. His name was James Martin, and I got a chance to chat with him beforehand. He has Down syndrome. He's an actor, and it was great to see not only the movie win, but his reaction. So let's play a clip.
This award is actually the second most important thing about today, because it's this man's birthday. He's out here in Hollywood wearing a leopard print suit jacket.
You know, and I thought it was so poignant for him, but it was also, he is a Starbucks employee in Ireland, and so he's going back to work, and he was like, at 13 years he's been an employee there. He's like, you know what, I'm going to bring my Oscar. What did you think of that moment, though?
That was awesome. That was an amazing moment. There was a big happy birthday as well that was sung, which I don't remember the last time that ever happened at the Oscars. So it was just a really joyous moment. And I think this show was full of those kinds of moments, kind of getting back to the tradition of the Oscars, feel-good moments, history being made. I think that's what we saw last night.
Yeah, let's talk about Best Song category. I mean, that was a pretty competitive one. You had Rihanna, you had Lady Gaga, but it went to RRR's Naatu Naatu. What'd you think of that win?
Yeah, I mean, the performances were lights out, too. And Lady Gaga sliding in there at the last minute. She wasn't supposed to perform, and she did a really stripped-down, sort of people saying unplugged kind of version of Hold My Hand. But yeah, RRR, also performance of the night. I think it was a really great win, and I think it really helps put Indian cinema on the map in the United States. You know, I think it's always been thriving, but I think it's thriving more than it's ever has before. And I think that's what RRR really did, is it made that kind of cinema a lot more accessible to people in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great bit, too, at the beginning, that they said they were going to play that song
Pushing
every
Jimmy
time
out.
the
That was
speech
pretty
was
funny.
up. You know, let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel also, because, you know, he parachuted in. It was very classic open, too, with the look at all the movies and him parachuting in like Top Gun Maverick. You know, some jokes land, some jokes don't land. You know, what do you think overall of how he did?
Yeah, I honestly think this was Jimmy's best of his 3 hosting jobs. It was probably the best. He didn't make any really low jabs. He didn't offend anybody. He kind of did some really great jokes in his opening. I liked the bit about going to the different like superheroes in the crowd, saying you have to get past this guy and this guy and Spider-Man and Michael B. Jordan. You know, I think he kind of maybe stumbled a little bit in the middle when they had that middle sketch. I think it was a little bit odd, but I think he was great overall and did the job that he needed to do.
Did you have a favorite moment of the night?
I would probably say my favorite moment would be Ke Huy Quan.
Yeah.
I agree.
That he's just been the best story this entire season. I think it's one of the best stories that we've had at the Oscars in a long time.
And he's so nice.
And he's such a nice guy, and you could see he's so humbled. And he got up there and he said, "Mom, I did it." And you could just tell like that was his entire life, like in that moment. And I think that was beautiful. I think that's why we watch the Oscars.
Yeah, exactly.
Great to have it back. Great to have you in person.
Yes, Eric.